Raids 3 is out, and new tech is being discovered left and right to make it faster and more efficient. The greatest of all these pieces of tech found so far was by my clanmate and member of my Discord, Saxerpillar, for the Akkha boss fight. We're calling it butterfly tech. Sax theorized this method by finding out that Akkha does not change styles nor do special attacks if he does not hit you, and that he has unique, smart pathing, unlike other NPCs. This method is a 5-tick attack cycle, so it's only really good with the new Shadow of Tumekin, although it can be done even with a Sang or Trident, just losing a tick each attack. You could even do something like manually cast Ice Barrage each attack, but good luck clicking Barrage and then Akkha after pathing to the attack tile on a single game tick. This method requires at least 1 dose of stamina, so you will need to bring that potion into the raid to do this trick. Before we get into the method, let's get into why you would even bother with this. Akkha is easily the most supply-draining boss of the raid besides Warden. Baba is a close second. Butterfly tech allows us to completely avoid damage, except in a specific case, we'll get into that, as well as skip all of his special attacks. If Akkha is not able to land a hit on you, he cannot change styles and cannot use special attacks. This means if you can do this method well enough, you can use as many Akkha invocations as you want and not interact with any of them. The other benefit is that this is by far the fastest method of dispatching Akkha as well. The Shadow seems to be the best possible DPS on Akkha himself, while being a bit worse than Blowpipe on the Shadows. The main time save here is avoiding the Simon Says attack, as this wastes a ton of time and you are doing 0 DPS while he does the special. This is why it may be beneficial to do even with a Sang in larger teams, as you ignore this very slow attack. Your team can even pipe the Shadows as one person continues to run Akkha in a circle. In 150 level solos, I found my average Akkha time was brought from 3 minutes down to 2.5 minutes with this method. Before we get into it, there's several plugins working together that make this method possible. First, you'll need to import my tile markers. I'll leave a pastebin link in the description where you can copy and import these. With them in your PC's clipboard, just right-click the world map and hit import to get all of them in Runelight. Next, you'll need shift-click walk here ticked on in menu entry swapper. You'll also need Akkha's true tile to make it obvious when to start the cycle. You can either do this in NPC indicators or copy down my radius markers. These double as showing what style Akkha is attacking with very easily. I'll have a link to an image of those in the description. Finally, add the line attack Akkha's shadow asterisk in custom swapper, prioritizing attack on the shadows and not Akkha. Also, it's very handy to add Akkha to monster HP percentage plugin, as this will add that green % indicator over Akkha, allowing me to know when he will phase each 20% HP at any raid level. Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty. How do you pull this off? The footage I'm using is at an extremely high raid level and without salts, so his health and defense have scaled accordingly. I also have every single Akkha invocation on, but obviously those won't affect me in any way. The person who enters the fight first is always the person Akkha will target, so make sure if you are in a team, you have the person enter who will be performing butterfly tech. Pre-pot a stam, activate augury, take salts, summon a mage straw if you have one, and start the rune. It doesn't matter if you start with the north or south quadrant for the beginning, do whichever is convenient with Akkha's positioning. Stand still attacking Akkha until he crosses the attack tile, then run to the furthest quadrant's attack tile. This is the hardest part of the method, which is starting the cycle correctly, and it does take some practice. You need to look at which side of the quadrant Akkha is on and start the cycle on the opposite side. That's why there's 2 sets of tile indicators. Here I did it to the west of Akkha. Attack Akkha until his tile is 1 tile away, then click to start the cycle. Akkha's a bit strange because most NPCs hit you when they approach on the same tick, but Akkha's smart pathing prevents him from doing this. Basically, you'll just follow the red tiles around Akkha and hit him from each attack tile, avoiding all damage. When Akkha hits 80%, the shadows will spawn. Attack Akkha again, but start holding shift when clicking to the run tiles, so you can walk through the shadow. Now you can start attacking the shadow from the attack tiles instead. When you think the cast you sent killed the shadow, start clicking Akkha from the attack tiles again. This attack is not nulled and will do full damage. Now, we're looking for the next 20% to run to the opposite side's quadrant. I wait until I think I can finish the phase with a cast, and then run to the other quadrant. It's very important to run vertically to the next quadrant, or he will not drag properly. Going horizontally to the next quadrant causes many problems. Once you're in the next quadrant, attack the shadow while waiting for Akkha. When he is 1 tile away, start the cycle the same way as before. Repeat the same method for this phase until Akkha is nearly down another 20%, then run diagonally to the other quadrant. Like I said, horizontally causes problems, so running diagonally is important. Attack the shadow from the attack tile until Akkha is 1 tile away, and again, start the cycle. One of the problems with this method is the DPS on Akkha's shadow is not the best, and if you don't kill them quickly enough, they will hit you with an AoE attack. This is never a problem at 300 raid level or below, or in teams, but it can be a problem at extreme raid levels. Repeat for this quadrant until Akkha is at his final 20% HP, then move vertically to the other quadrant and repeat a final time. Let me go over some problems with this method and how to fix them if you run into it. If Akkha paths to you directly from his center tile, keep in mind most NPCs don't do this, Akkha is special in this way. This method is impossible until he hits you. Make sure if this happens you tank the hit and stand still for a couple ticks before starting the cycle, as Akkha cannot move after attacking briefly, and this will make him hit you from the attack cycle each time. Another problem is it's extremely hard to do any action while doing the cycle, like drinking potions. Use the time you are transitioning quadrants to drink stam doses or heal if necessary. It's very difficult to do it otherwise. Typically, at most raid levels, you will kill him before your run energy runs out if you drank 1 stam dose. Another problem is in teams. If Akkha passes over one of your teammates, he will perform a melee on them while still going towards the tank. If Akkha melees more than 6 times, he will switch styles and the method will stop working. Make sure if your teammate is doing the method, you communicate well and get out of the way of Akkha while attacking him. There's many corners of the quadrant where you can safely do that. And that's it for the method. I'm very much so hoping Jagex does not patch this. I find it to be incredibly interesting and difficult tech, similar to old Mage Hand running. If anything changes, I'll leave a pinned comment below about it. If you're watching this video as it goes up, I will be live on Twitch. I'm still hard at work at TOA looking for tech for the guide, so make sure you come check it out if you want to see some of that early. Leave a like if you liked it, and or subscribe. Thanks, guys.